All right, so here's a Unit 1 review guide. I'm going to say this for every unit. I think by far the most important thing you can do to prepare for the biology exam is to look over questions from old exams. So your teacher has a document that has all the multiple choice questions related to the Unit 1 materials that have been on all of the released AP exams. The teacher can't let you take this document out of the room, but she can let you look at it in class. Make sure that you take some time and carefully look over all of the Unit 1 related multiple choice questions. I can't stress to you how much and how important that is. I would also clearly recommend that you look over some sample free response questions and you get an idea of the things they ask you to write about. So I've actually linked up right here a set of 4 or 5 sample free response questions related to Unit 1. This linked document not only contains the questions, but it also includes the scoring guidelines, the scoring rubrics that the actual national AP folks use to grade these questions. So I would ask you to, first of all, write out your answer and then carefully go through that rubric and sort of grade your own paper to see how you would have done. I also want you to take time to make sure you understand all of the information on the following slides. I've included several linked videos. If you get to a part that or a concept that you're not very familiar with, make sure you watch those videos. There are several sample calculations in this unit, some statistical kinds of things. Look over those sample problems. Watch the videos. Make sure that you can do and interpret the statistics. And then finally, if you have any additional time, I've linked up the complete set of Unit 1 notes right here. Here are the most important things to know from Unit 1. First of all, make sure that you can use the standard deviation and the standard error of the mean to create bar graphs, and that you can include error bars and create 95% confidence intervals on those graphs with the error bars. Make sure that you can interpret the meaning of those error bars and those 95% confidence intervals. Make sure that you can write out a null hypothesis. Make sure that you can perform and interpret a chi-square analysis. Make sure that you can interpret and that you know the meaning of a p-value in a statistical test, whether it be a chi-square test or a t-test or even a ANOVA test. Make sure that you can identify the independent and dependent variables in a controlled experiment. Make sure you can design and write about a controlled experiment. Make sure you can describe the properties of carbon that make it an ideal element for building organic molecules. Be able to identify dehydration synthesis and hydrolysis reactions and explain the importance of those. Be able to describe the structure of an amino acid, all the parts, and be able to describe the 4 levels of protein structure and the factors that help to determine the shape of a protein. Remember that the shape of a protein determines its function. And remember that things like heat, pH, salinity, those things can change that shape through a process known as denaturation. And once that shape is changed, that protein no longer functions like it's supposed to. Mutations can also change the function of proteins we make and cause those proteins not to function.